Hi, and welcome to Danny After Dark. If you're new here, make sure to like and subscribe so you don't miss a notification or a new episode. Tonight is the CrimeCon 2025 Denver recap show. And y'all, there's so much to discuss, so much to unpack. I have so many photos to show y'all. I did a little damage with the books, not as much as past crime cons, but I did a good dent. I have a stack of them here to show you. So Beckham was with me at CrimeCon because, as we had announced previously, I had a booth at CrimeCon, one of the exhibitor booths, which, oh my gosh, I'm still like on cloud nine and like, did I really have a booth there? But I will unpack all of it with Beckham. Per Beckham style, he's late. He's late as always. And it's funny because when we were introducing ourselves to people at CrimeCon who didn't know necessarily about this YouTube channel and talking about who we were and Beckham and kind of saying to everybody like, oh yeah, he's like always late. And it's like, I'm thinking people have no idea. New listeners or new viewers have no idea that, yeah, late. I'm like, Beckham, be on time. He will show up and we will recap. But in the meantime, yeah, let's see who is here. We have Russell. Hello. John Christensen from Minnesota. Hi. Hi, Paul. And Russell. Yeah, I don't know who he is. I have no idea. So I wanted to first just show my CrimeCon Denver shirt that I got, y'all know I'm obsessed with t-shirts. I mean, t-shirts and books. And oh my God, I think I got like 7 or 8 t-shirts there. So you'll be seeing me kind of mix robe in the next several weeks or so. But tonight I wanted to wear the official CrimeCon Denver shirt. And then these earrings, shout out to these earrings. They are from my girls, Jules and Jen, the Fire Eyes Media. They had their own booth and yeah, they were selling the cutest stuff. And you know, I was going to support my friends. So I got these earrings that I feel like the camera's not doing them justice. They are so sparkly and so cute. So, hey, Kylie, good to see you. I will be giving you a shout out in a little bit. So yeah, but that's my girl, Kylie. Kylie has her own podcast, which Kylie, if you want to type that out in the chat, everybody check that out. Again, I'll be getting that to that. I have a list of all the ladies in their podcasts, but yeah, Kylie is a fellow friend from CrimeCon who has her own podcast, which is amazing. And she will be, I believe you said, Kylie, you were going to be releasing your CrimeCon recap. I think you said Thursday. So if you want to hear her recap of CrimeCon, make sure to subscribe to her podcast. Good evening, K-Dog. Yeah, Beckham, you were so full of shit. You were not here on time. Beckham is out fighting international crime syndicates. If it's okay if he's late. Russell, I think you're the only one that says it's okay if he's late. So while Beckham is getting here, so for CrimeCon Denver, the convention itself is Friday, Saturday, Sunday. It starts at 12 on Friday and then goes till 2:30 p.m. on Sunday. So speak of the devil. Hi, Beckham.
Hey, what's up, man?
Nothing, man. How's it going?
Good.
Nice of you to be on time for like a show.
I'm actually early. I think I'm early now.
You're under 5 minutes, so that actually is pretty punctual for you.
Right. No. Nice t-shirt, Danny. Look at you all CrimeConned out tonight.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks for the memo about wearing a t-shirt. Yeah.
From Jules and Jen's booth.
Nice. Look at you sparkling it up tonight.
Of course. Hey, Renee. Hey, Chris James. So I was just saying the convention days, and we all arrived. Well, actually, I arrived Thursday. You got there on Wednesday. You went a day early. But yeah, because Thursday was the exhibitors could start to set up early, which I'm actually really glad I did. So I got to go do that. And then there was a kickoff party on Thursday night, which was camping themed. Beckham did not go to that because he's too cool. And he wanted to save it for his fans over the weekend because he had a lot of stickers to give out. So
speak of the devil.
Speak of the devil. So I do have, when I show pictures, I have a mix of like each day in there, and I'll show you like what was what. The camping theme kickoff party, so much fun. So much fun. And the cool thing about that is a lot of the podcast girls that I'm friends with, a lot of us went to that kickoff party. And that was the first time a lot of us met in person. Some of them I'd previously met at the True Crime Podcast Festival. And when I show pictures from CrimeCon, you might be like, wait a minute, I remember some of those faces. So yeah, that was really cool. Kind of just being able to see some of those girls again so soon.
You were dressed like an extra on Hee Haw.
Don't be a hater.
Oh, man.
Don't be a hater. My overalls were cute.
I don't even know if anybody knows what I just said.
Well, Beckham, but I attribute it to the fact that you're like 35 years older than me. So
yeah. I know. Can you believe I'm like pushing like 60?
You are pushing a different monumental number birthday, which
right. Yeah.
I totally forgot while we were in Denver, because to me, you're just the same age as when I met you, which I'm like, and I think back, I'm like, no, we've known each other since 2020. And it's 2025 now.
It's 5 years.
So you're a whole 5 years older.
Yep.
Yeah, look
we're
at Paul.
Like almost halfway through a whole generation of music.
I've known you half a decade. That's
and
that's funny because when we flash forward a little bit to like when we were at the booth and like, you know, talking to people, and some people are like, oh, how did y'all meet? Because you're from Texas and I'm from Boston. And it was like, oh, well, we met, you know, here's how we met.
The geography didn't add up. Yeah, it was crazy. It
was just like, I'm like, oh my God, like that was 5 years ago. That was half a decade. Are you going to Vegas next year, Paul? Kadar. Well, me and Beckham are going to Vegas. We already got our passes. Will Paul?
Yeah, hey, Danny was like, hey, you can reserve your tickets for like, you know, like what'd you say? It was like $99. I was like, okay, sure. And then
you can put the down.
No, like I paid the whole amount for you know, Shelly and myself. So it's like,
oh, it's much cheaper. So for those who have not been to CrimeCon, they always announce where it is next year while you're there, and you get the opportunity to buy your passes right then and there, and you save pretty decent chunk of money. So that's what I always do. I always buy next year's pass. So I told Beckham that. I'm like, hey, if you like CrimeCon and you want to go again, and then when they announced it was in Vegas, like, yeah, please.
That was funny.
Was like, his bag is probably already halfway packed for Vegas.
It's my town, man. Vegas is my town.
Yeah. So many ladies have said. So yeah.
Look, I'm doing the Kermit the Frog. You know that meme?
Yes. Yep. So, but all right, so let's go back. There's so much to talk about, and I'm so excited to do tonight's show. Like, even messaging Beckham earlier, I'm like, yeah, are you excited? I'm excited. Are you excited? So yes, Thursday was low key. I flew in that morning. So I got there. So I left in the morning, got there early afternoon, checked into our Airbnb. I loved our Airbnb, by the way. It was spacious. It was clean. Y'all know I love me a clean space. You know, we had our own, you know, like I had my own space, Beckham had his own space with Shelly, and it was just, yeah, loved it. We had a whole house, which is pretty cool. I never stay at the host hotel typically. Vegas is going to be a different animal, but because it's just so much cheaper to get an Airbnb nearby. So we had, you know, good amount of space, which was really cool. So again, I set up my booth on Thursday and then went to the kickoff party. I'll show y'all pictures from that in a little bit. So Friday was the convention started at noon. Obviously, we could be there earlier because we were exhibitors, and we had our passes to be there so that when the doors opened, we were ready to go. And it went from 12 p.m. to 8 p.m. and long day. But Beckham, you have never been to CrimeCon before, and then this was also, you had an exhibitor pass with me. So yeah,
Yeah.
first CrimeCon. What do you think?
Well, I mean, the night before it started, the Thursday night when we went to check in and get our passes and everything like that, I remember meeting your good pal Travis, who has done a couple interviews here at the
Travis Myers, another
yeah,
Nobody podcast.
right. I just remember him saying it's gonna be. He was like, it's about 95% women. So, so this is, and I was like, oh wow, okay, we're surrounded by a lot of women the whole weekend. So actually, that number is a little higher than 95%. I would say it was like 98.5% women, and the only like what 2%
It was
were the husbands and the boyfriends that were just tagging along with their, their long faces of like, God, why am I here? But the guys did enjoy the Beckham sticker. Even when they would just walk by, it's like, yeah, I'm stuck here, but check this. Oh, look at that. That's kind of a cool sticker. I want to take me some. So
the guys loved the Beckham stickers.
they didn't care what it was about. There was we did explain the backstory a little bit to it, but yeah, for the most part, they just thought it was a different kind of looking sticker. They took them. But yeah, man, it was you talking about overall or just initially? Like, what was my
So
take? Initially, yeah. So Travis was like, yeah, man, it's gonna be like this many people or whatever. And I had no idea. I had never been. And sure enough, man, he was right. Lots of people, man. Lots of what do you call it? Living at home detectives.
Sleuths.
Yeah, there you go, sleuths. The T-shirt, mom T-shirts. Every group it just the energy was there right off the bat. It set up for the next day. I kind of was nervous because of course it's my first one. I didn't know what to expect. I was gonna it's kind of like I put it this way, I was like your roadie. I was kind of help you with stuff. It was also Shelly's first time. We didn't know what to expect, but yeah, the energy was there. We were waiting in line for Shelly's pass, and of course she makes friends everywhere, so she's talking to people in line. They were excited. Yeah, it was just definitely the energy and the excitement was there to start. The night before it started, and I was kind of nervous my first time. And then it started, and we were underway, and I was like, you wanted me to memorize like what to say. I was like, like what to tell people. It was, yeah, so definitely excitement, energy. That first day was pretty cool.
Yeah, and the first few people I heard you describe the show to, I was just like, clunky. But
Well, it's I don't know what you want. I'm not a promoter. I almost feel like a promoter. Check this out, guys. Welcome to
he did not do his Chad Daybell voice.
No.
That would not have been the place. But yeah, Beckham's radio voice, it was reserved.
I didn't have to be the personality there because there were some famous personalities there, and we'll get to that here. I'm sure you're going to cover that here in a second.
Yeah, me. Just kidding. I know Renee already outed one of them. Renee, we will be talking about Jesse Weber.
Oh my God!
About Jesse Weber. Beckham, calm down. We're gonna get to Jesse Weber. Hi, Tony. Good to see you. He's back in the news. Oh, I know, K-Dog. I know. So I would say overall, yeah. So with CrimeCon, you could buy a weekend pass or you could buy day passes. So people that were coming had options. So not everybody was there the entire weekend. And that's something we'll kind of touch on as the convention goes on. Friday's obviously kickoff day. And when things kick off right away. There's no delay. There's right away. I mean, the panels start, Creator Row, the merch store, all the meet and greets. There's always things happening, like several things happening at the same time. So when I say there's a schedule with so many things to pick, there really is. I only snuck away from the booth, well, besides going off to like shop and network and stuff, there was only presentations that I went to, and I'll get to those and talk about those a little bit. Those are ones I'm like, Beckham, I really want to go to these. Please be at the booth, because when you get a booth, part of the contract is you have to have somebody at that booth at all times. So yeah, any other notes about Friday besides just kind of kicking off and you experiencing?
Man, well, just the meeting the people around us. They're having set up their booths. And then like I said, just we were literally feet away from.
Thank you.
Was it Law and Crime? We were Crime. Yeah, we were literally feet away from Law and Crime. So I follow people on a specific news channel, and they were part of that. So it was kind of interesting that I've, it's kind of interesting to see that, that the people that you see when there's like major, news about crime, weekly, that the people that you get to see, they're right, like literally feet from you. So that was pretty. I was like, wow, that's pretty cool. Yeah, man, just the meeting the people that would, to start the day off around us. And you're right. It's this, as soon as they opened the doors and they let the people in, they were coming. They started, they were walking in, coming. And I had to learn on the fly. What to say.
Well, had you actually looked at like the thing?
I did. I kind of was like, all right, I'll get this down. Danny After Dark, 2 live shows a week.
It's ridiculous. So let me ask you, because I'm used to the setup, but what do you think of the layout of all the different content creators and people with podcasts, and then people there, authors with their books, people selling merch with their booths? Like, describe what you took in and what you thought of layout, the way the whole thing was set up.
Definitely the layout. Layout was interesting. You had all kinds of people presenting, whether they were content creators, like you said, retired people, retired law enforcement, or just other in other areas of what do you want to call it? Lawyers, ex-district attorneys, that kind of thing.
Everything.
Yeah, it was a wide spectrum. They had not new technology, but they had like technical tech stuff there, within crime. It's just a lot of different avenues of true crime. Advocacy was a big deal. The advocacy for the missing, right? And the wrongly, you had wrongly advocacy for missing. You had advocacy for the misrepresentation, wrongly accused, and then possibly just cold cases, things like that. Or I'm sorry, that was missing, but like just
a lot of cold cases.
Yeah, a lot of cold cases.
And what Beckham means by advocacy, I just want to expand. There are so many family members, friends, other content creators who strictly do like advocacy-based podcasts, and they would be sometimes with a family member or two, and they're going around saying, introducing themselves to every single booth. And, I've seen that before kind of as a fellow CrimeCon attendee, but to be behind the booth and have so many different families and people just come up and say, here's the story of my loved one. Is this something you can talk about on your show?
That happened a few times. Yeah.
More than a few.
Yeah.
There was a lot.
So yeah. You had people selling things. I think I bought a couple of items there that are supposed to get mailed out for protection that you can't take back on a flight. Yeah, I mean, it was just the layout was interesting. Like I said, if it's your first time, I'm sure if it's your first time to be on the other side, it could be like, wow, there's all these tables and these people to meet. But on the flip of it, on the creators or on the content creator side, you're having to there's a lot of talking. You're having to meet those people that are walking by, and seeing what you're offering or what you're what your base is there for.
Mm-hmm. There was another podcast friend had said to me when I was just like, this is my first time having a booth, any advice? And they said, bring a bag of cough drops. And I'm like, what? Like, you're doing a lot of talking. Oh my gosh, what good advice. Because yeah, we were cough drops nonstop, other booths of just, oh
Gum.
my
We
God, my
had
mouth
gum.
is so dry
Lots
from
of gum.
talking. My
Lots of
ear.
gum. Yeah, lots of gum.
Yeah, just
Yeah.
to, and like, even though you're constantly drinking water or energy drinks or coffee, and we'll get to that. Yes, I was a doll and got Beckham a coffee or two. We'll get to that. But it's a lot of talking. And yeah, that was the best advice that was given to me, of like,
Lots of
not only
talking,
like
man. And
bring stuff to give out, bring cough drops.
I'm not really a talker. That was a lot of talking.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You're not really a talker. Oh, for Christ's sakes. Beckham blows up my phone all day. I'm not a talker. I need to clip that.
Remember that? I don't know if y'all remember that scene from Old School. He's like, he presents them. They're at the wedding. I'm not. Oh man, so I'm not really a talker. I'm not really a talker. What my friend's trying to say is, true love is blind, but I'm not a talker. I'm not really a talker.
Oh my gosh, that is the biggest load of shit I've ever heard. Okay. So Saturday, Friday night, let me wind back. Friday night, I went to dinner with a lot of the podcast girlfriends that I have. We did a really nice group dinner, which was so much fun to be able to, again, kind of hang out with everybody, friends that I made at the True Crime Podcast Festival back in July, and then friends that we've, chatted in our group before, and I got to finally meet in person. So that was a lot of fun. If you're thinking like, Dandy, you just kind of went off and left Beckham. I sure did. But but no, I wanted to like have that balance of like hanging out with Beckham, and Shelly.
Dude, you needed that balance. You were together for you were at that booth for like 12 hours or something. It was a crazy amount of time.
Mm-hmm.
But another thing that was crazy, and I forgot. So Thursday night at dinner, after the initial getting there and checking in phase, we went. Shelly and I went to dinner in the convention, the Gaylord Convention Center, or I'm sorry, Gaylord, whatever you want to call it, hotel, convention center, whatever. They're one of the restaurants there, and
Mountain Pass.
Next to me was a group. We were watching the Cowboy game, and I was cheering for the Cowboys. Some fans next to us were cheering for the Cowboys too, and then they came over. Oh, what do y'all do? What are y'all here for? And we kind of exchanged, and yeah, just here for the CrimeCon. Come by the booth. Oh, great, yeah. So the two ladies that ended up coming by the booth on Friday, one of them was from my hometown in Texas that I grew up in.
Yeah.
And knew like she we knew that she knew that the football players that I followed when I was a little kid. And I was like, yeah, when I looked up to this guy, and she was like, oh, I dated him, and I'm like, what? I was like, yeah. I was like, oh my God, that's so awesome. That's so awesome. And then like we just started talking about like home, and it was pretty cool because it was awesome that that we got to kind of reminisce about our hometown and talk about people in our hometown and things like that. So that was crazy. What a small world it was for me to meet somebody from my actual hometown in Texas that was at this event. So that was pretty cool.
Yeah, I remember her. You guys talked for quite a while. There was just
we're just reminiscing. Yeah, we were just talking
so
about
many of the same people.
Yeah, it was crazy. That was nuts.
Yeah. And that's the thing. Thank you for pointing that out, Beckham. It's like there are so many people that are local to the convention center, but a lot of people fly in. So you're meeting with people, you'll be in line, and it's like, oh yeah, I'm from Massachusetts, so I am too. And then it's like, wait a minute, we live like 5 minutes apart, or like, we go to the same, you're from the same area, so you do know some of the same people. It's just it's just wild. And
some of the most interesting people that we met probably were from Boston. I kind of, and you're from Boston, and that kind of was like how conversations started. Sometimes, you're like, oh yeah, where are you from? Boston. This area. Oh my God, and then you're right. some of the more interesting ones that you met.
Yeah, and I have notes there. One of the people that I met from Boston, who I actually went to his presentation. Oh my God, amazing, amazing. We'll get to him in a bit. So again, I have pictures. I'll show the pictures closer to the end. If you follow me on Instagram or on TikTok or on the Danny After Dark Facebook page, then you've already seen these pictures, but I'll, show them in a little bit after we kind of recap. So Saturday was the full day, 9 a.m. to 8 p.m. straight. So
that was definitely a longer day.
I mean, yeah, because 9 a.m. You're there before that because you're there to with your booth if you need to like kind of move things around, or whatnot, or
reorganize or something. But
yeah,
hey, you had to move the Beckham stickers from the back towards the front because people were requesting them.
Name one.
So we had to get a little bit of an adjustment there in the morning on Saturday because of the popularity rise of the Beckham stickers. This is just saying.
Okay, that's not true. But there was I will give Beckham this, that I feel like, especially Saturday, like every several hours, just at least from look at Liz, the people.
Oh, yeah. The pens, dude. That was your pens were like a hit. That's right. Your pen.
Yeah. So dude. Like certain things would go so fast and then that would clear up room in the booth. So it's like you're constantly spreading things out. You don't want it to look empty, but a lot of stuff.
Right.
But yeah, so 9 a.m. to 8 p.m. The Clue Awards were that night. I did not we didn't go to that. That was a separate ticketed event. I've actually never been to the Clue Awards, but heard it was a really fun time there. I've seen some pictures on like Instagram and stuff of some recaps from it. But yeah, that was a long day. Hey, Capone, good to see you.
Has Capone heard the news?
Yeah, I messaged Capone. Okay, I messaged Capone while we were there, saying CrimeCon Vegas.
Oh man, dude, I can't. I'm looking forward. I had spent a while. It hasn't been that long since I've been in Vegas. It's been longer than I've been. I was going yearly, or sometimes even like 6 months apart, right? Sometimes. So like, man, I'm looking forward. I could be going back-to-back months, Capone, here. Next year, I think the fall is going to go by really fast. Before you know it, the spring's here, and then it's time for CrimeCon here coming. So it's gonna be pretty. Yep. It's gonna come up pretty quick.
Oh my gosh, 100%, 100%. So what was that? Yeah. So the booth, and again, I'll show pictures of that when we get a little later in. So I brought 1,000 Danny After Dark pens, 1,000 each of. I was like so nervous I wasn't gonna have enough. I went a little overboard. There was the avatar that I have, the one with the black background, 1,000 stickers of those. The one with the white background, 1,000 stickers of those. The Danny After Dark one with the cat that Paul designed, 1,000 stickers of those. The Danny After the written logo, 1,000 stickers of those. Beckham, I had 2 different stickers for Beckham printed. The one of which candle will Beckham choose, as well as his, if y'all know us from the Manson show days, you know which sticker I'm talking about. So again, like 1,000 of those and then 1,000. So there was a lot. Keychains, tons of keychains that I had.
The keychains went fast.
Those went fast.
Those people, I told you the keychains were going to go pretty quick.
Yep.
So.
And then Auntie Mimi was very generous and made, I call them limited edition CrimeCon candles.
They sold.
They did.
You got me busted by me carrying mine at the airport.
Yeah, I got Beckham busted at the airport.
I was livid. I was like, I never get stopped. I was just like, I never get stopped. And then I was like, oh, the candle, Danny, the candle.
You know what? Auntie Mimi made you made you specifically.
I know. I forgot I had it. in my bag.
So yeah, there was like things would go at certain phases. Like the keychains were all gone first.
Oh yeah, the key. I don't even think the keychains lasted
They didn't
through
even last through Friday night.
through Friday, right?
They
They
were
were gone
gone.
pretty quick. Yeah, the keychain went
Saturday,
fast.
by the end of Saturday, the pens were all gone.
Yeah.
Different stickers went more quickly than others. So yeah, the only stickers that I came back with was some of the ones with the avatar, the ones with the white background, the black background, and then some Beckham stickers. Women really liked the Beckham candle sticker, and men really liked the Beckham, the kind of
Straight Satan, the
cartoon one,
straight Satan, the straight
straight
Satan
Satan one. Yeah.
logo. Yeah.
So, but yeah, that stuff went fast. And then the
Oh,
candles.
remember that the couple that grabbed a bunch of stickers and they were like, our thing is to go around the country and just put stickers out everywhere, right? Didn't they say something like
Yeah, they were
that?
like, hey, can we take a bunch of stickers? We like to
Yeah,
go and just put stickers like in random places we go to.
random
I'm like,
places throughout
sure.
they travel to the United States and we're just so man, I don't know where our stickers will end up. That they could end up on a train station, on a somewhere. I don't know. It's gonna be kind
And
of
a bathroom stall for
in
a
a
good time
bathroom
called Beckham.
stall, on a bar wall somewhere. I don't know. It's gonna be crazy.
I know, I'm very curious. Capone says next year you can sell Paulcast shrine lighting. Oh my gosh, that would be funny to do that as like ring lighting, but it's shrine lighting. Yeah, Capone, that's not a bad idea. That's actually pretty funny. Um, so, oh my gosh, and it's so weird because what I kind of said to Beckham was when you were in the day, like as the day was going on, it seemed like it was so long, but like yet when you look back, it's like, oh my God, Friday's done, Saturday's done. Because I'll speak for myself, Beckham, if you agree or disagree. When I say like you're nonstop, you're just on adrenaline, you're go, go, go. Like I would not stop to eat because it was just like I didn't feel hungry, but you're just so busy talking with people. It's like, okay, I have a little pause. Let me, because we would bring snacks like granola bars or whatnot. And then I'd go to sit and be like, okay, let me have, a couple of bites. And then someone would walk by and I'm like, all right, nope, not time for that. So what was it?
And then Shelly ended up helping. Shelly ended up going and working for another booth, one of the advocacy booths.
Oh yeah, she went and helped them
someone
out.
got Shelly and she started working and helping out another advocacy group. And there was times where we didn't see her for long periods of
For
time
hours.
because she was over there helping them
She
out.
was doing her thing.
Yeah, she's a talker, so it worked out for everybody involved.
But and that just goes to show too what Beck I'm saying. There's so much advocacy at CrimeCon, and I think like if you
That's the word I'm
Google,
using. Like when the people ask,
you don't get that unless you're there.
When people tell me, "Hey, what was it like?" or this or that, and it's like, man, there's just a lot of advocacy and promotion of to, I guess, man, not render aid, but help and
To
search and
assist their family or their friend or their loved one
right. Yeah.
A lot of them are people looking for answers
There you
of what
go.
happened, like whether there's a lot of people that are still missing, and then there's some that have been found and sadly are deceased, and these families and loved ones don't have answers and they're trying to get answers. So there's a lot of advocacy, and I don't think if you're not at CrimeCon, I don't think you realize how much advocacy goes on there. There's a lot, and so a lot can happen from that, because a lot of times there's families just saying, here's information, please talk about my loved one on your show or on your platform, just to get the word out there. And it's absolutely.
And also it was interesting. Maybe I might have gotten the reasoning for I talked about early on when we started when Travis laid out or told me, hey man, it's going to be like 95% women here, but it was really like 98%. So I talked to like an author, an ex-lawyer. She's done all this. A specific content person was there, She's done it all. And she was, I don't know how we got to talking about it, but she explained to me her thought on why women are just really passionate. And I mean, I'm using that word passion because, man, I'm telling you, they are into it with true crime. They buy the books, they watch the videos, they watch the documentaries, they lend their time to local law enforcement agencies. There's just so much passion for true crime within the lady, within women. And I think she kind of probably might have hit it on the nail when she gave me her reasoning for it. And it made sense to me, and I was like, you know what, you're probably right. That's probably why you see the women are so into it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So Saturday was a huge day. I mean, yeah, so people who buy day passes, like Saturday's really the one to do it because you're getting 9 a.m. to 8 p.m. and then longer if you get tickets to the Clue Awards that night. But when I say like, okay, here's when it goes till, no, it's still going. There's the hotel bar that everybody goes to. There's all the restaurants. There's still, so even though like the convention's over for the day, like you're still, even if you're just an attendee, hey, like that's what I used to do. Like a lot of the different podcasts will be like, hey, we're doing a meet and greet tonight at 9 at this bar here at the, at
Oh
the
yeah,
venue.
speaking of one of the people that I follow that I got to see, I still say I met her, but she wasn't that far from me. So I didn't want to be one of those weird people going, I know you. I've actually have known about her since her Dallas days and the news. She was the lead evening news person, one of them in Dallas when I was in college, and she's on a popular network right now. She's got her own hour of true crime every week that she's on on TV for, and she has a podcast and everything like that. She did her podcast from the bar Friday night, and people came by and were like, hey, how you doing? So yeah, like I said, man, I talked about this earlier. There was a lot of energy that kind of probably spilled over into into the bar a little bit from, I'm sure, right?
Are you
Either
going to name who this is?
I don't know. Is that okay to say her name? I don't. I mean,
Yeah.
okay. It's Ashley Banfield. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
she's with News Nation. She has her own. They give her the 9 Central Time hour, 9 to 10 spot where she talks true crime through that what's going on with true crime that week. So yeah, and she covers it. So she's got her own podcast and she borrowed space. I'm assuming she borrowed space because she used to work with your guy. What's his name? Weber?
Jesse Weber.
Jesse Weber. So Jesse Weber, I think, lent her some real estate by his booth so she could meet fans on Friday. And she never came back. She never came back. So it was almost like she borrowed some little real some room there, real estate area of Jesse's. As Jesse, I'll give it to Jesse. Jesse was there. He was a trooper. He was there for the entire time.
So speaking of Jesse, so I'm
Here we go.
And I'll show again when I show pictures. I have so many pictures with him. I'm a firm believer of giving credit where credit is due. Jesse is so cute. He is so cute. And where my booth was, he was like right there. I'm like, oh my God, he's right there. But Beckham is such a hater. He's such a hater. Probably because he keeps looking at me and I'm like staring at Jesse Weber. I'm like, oh my God, he's so cute. But Beckham.
Calm down, Danny. Calm down.
You know what? I don't think, Beckham was now like, oh, I have competition.
Whatever, dude.
Look at Renee. Renee knows what's up. Renee knows.
Renee, have you ever met this guy in real life?
This guy. Look.
Seriously?
Renee, this is the attitude I had to deal with Beckham the
whole
time.
God. Even Maggie, who was next to us,
we're gonna
she even stood up for, thank you, Maggie, for, I don't know if you're listening, but I appreciate you, Maggie. You had my side the whole time. And it's greatly, it's really appreciated.
Anytime I'm like, oh, Jesse, Beckham's attitude was, Beckham felt he had competition. That's what it is.
Whatever. No, I was just like, oh man, he reminded me of one of my core friends. You know,
Beckham.
oh, it was funny.
Beckham, you know, he goes into CrimeCon. He's like, ooh, 95, 98% women. And then he has to share the competition with Jesse Weber. Yeah, that's what
Guys,
it was.
let me tell you, man. I will give him that. You know, all five.
Renee.
Hey, he all the hair was everywhere, and I actually think I have better shoes than he wore.
Oh my God, stop it.
But all 5'4" of him was there, but he did. He was like, look, man, he's like he's about the size of this right here.
You are so.
But,
Karen Diamond, hello.
But I'll give him this. He was a trooper, man. He met his fans every day, Friday, Saturday. Was he there Sunday or I don't know if he was there Sunday or not. But hey, you know what? He was there all day Friday, all day Saturday, meeting his fans, talking to his fans. He did videos. He took pictures and videos of Danny. Danny somehow, I believe you met his wife or something.
Oh, yeah, nobody to talk to him. And
yeah, or something.
And he was on the phone with his wife on FaceTime. He's like, hey, say hi to my wife. I'm like, hi. But no, Beckham was just like, oh, I like his shoes, but mine are better.
Whatever, man. I was like, I got better shoes than that guy does.
And I'm like, Beckham was a hater. Beckham was
look, you see, hater. This is how big he is.
Stop it.
He could, you know what? Look, I could put him on my shoulder if I could hold him and be like, hey, what's up?
Beckham. I'm sorry, but did you have a line of women waiting to meet
I sure did, because I was sure talking about the Danny After Dark show two nights a week, interactive.
You know, me and Beckham have very different recollections of how CrimeCon went. Mine is the accurate one for anybody that's watching, but all right.
So, hey, Auntie Mimi. Liz
we had on the thing with the boots is, unfortunately, there were a lot of no-shows, which, I mean, as a content creator, kind of like, well, that kind of bites, because now there's all this empty space, and you know, if you're in a certain area.
Danny, did you ever see The Office of the Halloween episode? One of the most famous episodes where, God, what's this? The manager, he wears himself he wears his double. What's his name on the show? The Office. God, well, anyway, I might do that for a Halloween costume. I might put Jesse Weber on my shoulder and walk around.
Yeah, he won't be allowed on my show. So, as I was saying, Beckham, on either side of me, at first there was nobody at either booth. The booth, if I'm facing outwards, the booth to my left, their flight got delayed, so they came in late. So I think they got there Saturday. But the booth to the right, there was no one there the whole weekend. They no-showed. So luckily I did have some friends, other podcast friends, who were able to kind of throw down some of their own stickers.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, you're right.
But on the other side of that, and I knew this going in, and I was so excited. And I was actually really excited to introduce Beckham to Maggie. Maggie will be on Dating After Dark in several weeks, so tune in for that. Maggie is honestly one of like the most amazing women I've ever met. Ever. I don't know how else to say it. So she has Caravan to Catch a Killer. Her daughter, Brittany Phillips, was murdered. The murder is still unsolved. And Maggie travels to all these, you know, conventions and whatnot. And again, Caravan to Catch a Killer. Look it up. When Maggie comes on, we'll dive a lot more into that. But to have Maggie on the other end was she's so amazing. She is so amazing, because we were messaging before, and I mentioned this was my first booth and I was nervous, and she's like, if you need anything, let me know. And I'm thinking, oh my God, and she needed some assistance with some of the signs. So of course we got to put Beckham to work to help Maggie out there, but she was so awesome. We got to talk to her a lot. And yeah, Beckham, you hadn't met her before, so
Yeah, I mean, she was great. She had a sense of humor. She has a sense of style. She had a pretty cool set of cowboy boots, every for her outfits every day. I would say she outdressed Jesse Weber. Now, I would say that's a true statement.
I will give Maggie. I will give Maggie that.
And let's see. Yeah, man, she was really cool to talk to. Her case, unfortunately, is sad and very interesting. Like you said, you'll have her on here in a few weeks to go a little bit deeper into that. Yeah, she defended me when it came to you, so she's awesome. She's great.
But she also put you to work, so it was really nice to see someone be like, "Hey, do this," and you would do it. I'm like, "Wow, Beckham does follow instructions. Look at that."
Oh, whatever.
What is this, Russell? Beckham is in all back tonight.
Black.
Oh, okay, mistype. Dark Beckham activated. Oh my gosh. Yeah, so it was really great to have Maggie near us, because just to have somebody like in your close area booth wise that you could like have, like you had like a good rapport, good relationship with, and you could just kind of chat on and off, and help if it's like, hey, can you help me with this?
Yeah.
Or hey, I gotta run for a minute, can you
Yeah,
take
I have
over
to say, man, I think you had a good spot. I think honestly it worked out. You had the turn right in front of you, so people had to walk by to turn right. So I mean, you were like right there. So yeah, I think all demographics as far as the setup of the convention were actually pretty in your favor, Danny. You were right, literally caddy corner, like 3 feet, not 3 feet, but just a few feet away from your boy. So at Lawn Crime, so it worked out for you.
Yeah, it was a really good spot. So the 3 presentations that I went to on Saturday, location is everything, 100% K-Dog. I got very, very
Yeah,
lucky.
you had a good, yeah, they could have put you more towards the further. I think if they would have been further down, it wouldn't have been as, yeah, you were in a good spot. You were by Maggie, somebody like, like I said, you had that established relationship with. She was right there. We're right there both for each other. And then you were across the way from lawn crime.
Mm-hmm.
And so everybody was walking by and hitting the booth, man. And then of course to turn and go to the next side of it, it was right in front. So people had to go right by or come back around, right?
Mm-hmm.
Either way. So yeah, you definitely I would say you had a pretty good spot for your first time.
Woohoo! I sure did. Thank you, CrimeCon. So the 3 presentations that I went through, one is, I'm already familiar with Othram Labs, but I wanted to get more information. And when I saw that they were doing a presentation, like, yes. So David Middleman did one that was called The Future of Forensics, How Othram is Blazing the Trail. And if anybody's not familiar with Othram, after this live or, somewhat in your free time, look them up. The work they do is amazing. They had a huge setup at CrimeCon, huge setup. But that was a really, really good presentation to kind of hear how Othram started and then what they've been able to do and what they're continuing to do. And they run on donations. This is not like a paid government program. Like, they run on donations.
Yeah,
Liz,
a lot of these people do.
you would
You're right.
obsessed with Othram. You'd be obsessed. Like, Liz would have gone to this, and then like Liz, had she gone with us, which I wish she did, Liz would have probably been at the Othram setup like most of the time. Like, knowing her, like that's where she would be. But yeah, that was a really good presentation. The one after that, let's see, Hollywood Endings, Celebrity Death Dissections with Nicole and Jemmy. Oh my God, I love Nicole. And I was able to, like, at one point she was walking around and I saw her and I was like, can I get a photo with you? She's so cool. So cool. And she's covered in tattoos, which I love. Her presentation was really good. A lot of talking, a lot of photos. When I got there, I think I went to that one like 5 minutes before I just like walked over right before it was about to start. The room was packed. I actually had to sit in the back on the floor. There was so many people there. But that was really good too. And she has a book out that I wanted to get at the CrimeCon bookstore, but it already sold out. So I will be ordering one. But yeah, check her out on Instagram. If you don't know who she is, she's really cool. And her podcast is amazing. Hey, Kane. The last presentation. So again, I only was able to go to 3 because I wanted to be at the booth most of the time. And this is the one that I came back and I was like, Beckham. Oh my God. It was Dave McNeil, fellow Bostonian. We actually, yeah, of course it's like, hey, I'm from here. He did the presentation on, it was called Manhunt, the final hours of the Boston Marathon bombers. I was not going to miss this. I honestly, and I told him, I sat in his presentation and I actually was in tears. I was in tears because I'm from here. And I think if I wasn't from here and I just sat in on the presentation, I'd be like, oh, okay. But it just brought back so much of when that happened here. Cause I'm like, this is where I live. This is my city. And Dave was right there when this happened. He was, police, law enforcement working right there on the front lines, and he had so many pictures. His slides were so informative. He had video, and we listened to a lot of it. Was just, oh my God, so well done. Like, I can't say enough good things about that presentation. And I got to actually talk a lot with Dave and his wife a ton throughout the convention. Like, anytime, Beckham can attest, anytime they walk through, I would chat with them. I mean, we talked a lot. They're just amazing people. And yeah, again, just being from here, you just know the area, and it's just to have somebody who was there. It was really, honestly, like one of the best presentations, not just of this year at CrimeCon, but any of them. And I'm not just saying that because I'm biased. He packed a lot of information in. Like, you left that presentation, and even if you're not from here, you learned a lot about what happened, those final hours trying to capture the brothers. So I have some shout outs to give, but before I do that, Beckham, what was so Saturday, 9 a.m. to 8 p.m. What is your takeaway from that?
That one was a long day. I think it started to hit me because, man, I didn't really like the travel day on Wednesday. I didn't sleep much, maybe about 1 or 2 hours, right? Then Thursday we had to get you. We had to get ready. Slept a little bit. Got up, get ready to go get you. It started to really hit me by Saturday, especially after that too long day. I mean, they're long days. That's what it's expected, right? So yeah, Saturday was, man. I know you had a thing to go to. Like I said, it was a great day. Again, lots of energy. The rumor at the beginning of the day was like, hey, this Saturday is the 1 day pass, so you're going to have a lot of people coming in for 1 day. We did see a lot of people. We did talk about the show. We did give a lot of stickers. You and Shelly, we all did y'all's thing. And then, like, man, it was a great day. But man, I just wanted to, towards the end of that day, I wanted some dinner and just kind of just chill out for a little bit after everything. But you were always going every night. You were doing the extra stuff, the after stuff that goes along with it. Hey man, speaking of this after stuff, I don't know if people are ready for Vegas.
Beckham, let's finish CrimeCon Denver.
Because we'll see how quickly people will rebound for the next day. Yeah,
I will say the whole convention, like, if there was like a lull, like even if it was a couple of minutes in between, like people coming up to the booth and chatting, Becca would be like, Vegas. He was just like, I'm like, Becca, we are at CrimeCon Denver. Take in the moment.
That's my city. I know. I'm excited for it.
Did you hit any Capone? No, I
We
did
didn't have
not.
time. There's no time.
There was no, I didn't leave. The only time I left the convention center was to go back to the Airbnb. That was it. Like even after 8 p.m. wrapped up, like a bunch of us girls, some went to the Clue Awards, and then a bunch of us went to dinner. And that was the first time that I ate all
Oh yeah,
day.
you were starving by that time, man. You were
It was
yeah,
just like
like
you're
yeah,
on
that was
adrenaline,
we would
you're
just eat
busy
dinner. Yeah,
chatting.
right.
And I'm like,
Yeah.
oh my God, it's 8 o'clock and I have not eaten anything today. Which is just not good, but it's, again, you're just so busy that it just kind of slipped my mind. But so a bunch of us went out to dinner. There was kind of like a meetup for the True Crime All the Time podcast that was at the same place we had dinner. And I was like, okay, I'm going to go there. I'm going to go there. But I just, like, after dinner, I was like, I just don't feel good. I just need to go back to the Airbnb and crash. And then Sunday was the last day, and that was only 9 to 2:30.
Yeah, you got to give me some credit for Sunday, man. Going every day, and also doing another podcast in between everything.
Yeah,
And
Beckham did do his usual appearance over on for football talk over on Stoners, and
yeah, I was
yeah.
there. I dropped you off to start the day. I was like, wait a minute. I was like, oh my God, my show starts in like 10 minutes. I'll be back.
Yeah, Beckham
But
didn't factor in time change.
yeah, the time change threw me off, but I made it, did the show, came back. Shelly slept in, man, those 2-3 days got to her. She slept a little bit in and we went back for the final day. Yeah, and the final day for me, man, I was able to take in some of the stuff, a little bit what was still going on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I kept saying to Beckham, like, go off and like check things
No,
out.
man, I was just, man, I had a no, but I mean, yeah, thank you, but I was just like, I really wanted to be there and help you out and everything, and I just the Friday and Saturday, I just wanted to be honed in on what the task was. But yeah, man, Shelly got me and she took me around some of some of the things that I would be into on Sunday, and I got to meet some really cool, interesting people and talked about some stuff and bought some stuff, bought some books, things like that. So yeah, and then I think we kind of you got a kind of a couple of extra interviews coming from it
There's gonna
that are going
be
to be really interesting interviews. Yeah, Danny's got some interesting stuff in the pipeline out of the weekend.
Mm-hmm. I sure do. Yeah, a lot of networking. So James, there was a lot of people that were from there. Even one of the girls that I
No,
danced with, who went
yeah,
out to Denver and then came back. Like when I was telling her I was going, she's like, "Stay hydrated." Like the elevation, like you have to stay hydrated. So yeah, I was constantly drinking water, energy drinks, water, energy drinks, just to like keep the momentum going, because it's long days, but it's so much fun too. But yeah, it's long. And for Sunday, yes, it was a shorter day, but I think it's like finally starts to like hit you.
I
And
didn't know that. I didn't notice something with the air. It was normal to me.
I didn't like, yeah, I don't think I noticed it, but maybe that's also why I didn't, maybe didn't feel good Saturday, but also forgetting to eat all day. That will do it too. Who knows? But either way, I was gonna keep the why not just stay hydrated? But Sunday there was a lot. One of the things we noticed was there was a lot of boots that kind of packed up early, which was a bit unfortunate. I will say, the contract I signed was 9 a.m. to 2:30 p.m. So,
That reminds me of our guy, the lead coordinator guy. I won't say his
oh, we're
name,
going to
but
give a shout out to
oh, okay. I was gonna
Chewy.
say that guy was awesome. He was funny. He kind of he come and talk to you and check on you and everything. It was good. Yeah, it was a
Yeah,
good guy.
Chewy was like the one in charge, the point person for the convention, and he would constantly walk around if you had questions or anything. Before even going, he sent the exhibitors and content creators an email like, "Hey, here's my info. If you need anything, let me know." And I'd already reached out to him before, so going there, I was, when I saw him in person, I was like, oh, I'm Danny. And I loved Chewy. Chewy was amazing. He was very nice. He was on top of everything. He knew everything that was happening at all times. And he just, from a content creator perspective and from just being an attendee, I think he just made CrimeCon run so smooth. I actually said to him, I'm like, can I get your supervisor's email so I can send an email just saying like how I believe in giving credit where credit is due, and he did excellent. And I wanted that known. But yeah, so Sunday, again, so he's walking around, he knows what's kind of happening at all times. And yeah, unfortunately, there were a lot of booths that packed up early. I, however, am a rule follower, and I'm like, my contract says I'm here till 2:30. I am staying till 2:30. But there were also people that bought Sunday day
trust
passes.
me, people. She stayed till 2:30.
Mm-hmm. But my thing too is like there are people that bought day passes specifically for Sunday. And
yeah. Oh yeah, they were still coming. People were still coming. People were still coming through. I thought I was gonna get, have a break with the whole saying that I had memorized, but nope, I still have it in my head for Sunday.
Even like those last like 15, 20 minutes, there'd be still some people kind of, it's standard CrimeCon, you're just walking through lingering. And
okay, so check this. Yeah, check this out. So Thursday when Shelly and I were checking in for Shelly's pass, we were in line. The lady that we met, I believe she was there by herself. There was another couple behind her. So she was there by herself, and again, she's just really passionate about true crime. So, speak of Sunday, she did. I guess what she probably did was Thursday and Friday. She probably attended the what do you call it? The platform or whatever for people, the discussion.
Oh, your presentations.
The presentations. She probably did that. And Sunday, she was one of the Sunday people that went through because we saw her on. I mean, I was like, she looks familiar, and then she turned. We kind of ran into each other, and she was like, "Oh, hi, I'm the one. Oh, yeah." And then like for example, she did not go Thursday and Friday. She went. I'm sorry, Friday and Saturday. It's Sunday, the last day is when after one of the discussion panels, she went through the last day. So that, you see how you still have a lot of people that was their main focus, was to hit these discussion panels and then go through on the last day. Mm-hmm. So you still had some people going through.
Yeah. So there was still, like a decent amount of people that you could still, kind of chat with, or, books that you wanted to get. A lot of authors were still there. But yeah, it was kind of, kind of a bummer if you saw like a booth pack up early, because it's just like, oh man, like people are.
It was kind of like the coming to an end moment, I think, more too.
Yeah.
You started to realize that it was coming to an end. The trip, everything's settling back down, and it was a fun trip, man. It was fun, a lot of fun. But to me, seeing the people pack it up, I was like, man, it's gonna end already. My little mini vacation is gonna end already,
Yeah, Beckham's like, I gotta reach more fans. Beckham was there for his fans.
I was.
So
you had to compete with Jesse Weber and his fans.
There's no competition. You and Jesse Weber, there's no competition. Renee, back me up on that. So Sunday after the convention ended, we grabbed a bite to eat, or a late bite to eat. And friend of the show, Zach Kopp, met us for food and drinks. And it was really cool to meet him in person. And
hey Zach, if you're listening or watching or whenever you're going to see this, it was nice to meet you, and then hang out for a couple hours, right? We hung out.
Yeah, we were there a few hours.
Yeah.
At the time, like I knew I was a little bit more quiet, and but at the time, it's like I think I was just coming to. And Beckham had pointed it out. Y'all had pointed it out. Like I think I was just starting to come down from that, like go the whole time we'd been there. And now that the convention's over and we're sitting having a bite to eat, and it's really coming, I think my body finally was just like, all right, let's come down from that energy of like nonstop. In hindsight, I look back and I'm like, oh my God, my body was crashing. And I didn't realize it quite at the time. And I'm like, oh my God, I feel so bad because usually I'm more energetic and talking and this. But I think I was just like so fatigued. And it was like starting to hit me like then as we were out with Zach, which I feel so bad. But yeah, hanging out with Zach was, was great. And I have here, I'd said to him, I was like, I wanted to order his book, but I was like, well, I'd prefer to get it in person where he can sign it. So Zach did. I did get his book, his newest book, Rare but Serious. So yeah, I'm really excited, and he did sign it for me, which was awesome. So thank you, Zach. I'm really, really excited to come back from CrimeCon.
Hey man, like a true lifestyle of a writer. Like that's what he does, right? He's just spends his time doing research and writing.
Yeah, it was really cool to kind of to hang out with Zach and kind of get to know him all, off camera, if you will. So that was awesome. So yeah, shout out to Zach. That was a lot of fun. So okay. So again, I do have a ton of pictures to show. But other books that I got.
Oh my God, guys. She comes back with like I know I bought I think 3 books, right? Shelly took 2, I got 1. But you bought like 10 books.
No, I bought
no, you bought maybe I'm going a little over
5
10.
at CrimeCon and then Zach's. So 6.
Okay, so 6 books. I'm close, man. I mean,
but one of them is big.
Yeah. Jeez.
Yeah. So I got, and this one, it just came out. It was on my list. And then when I saw it at CrimeCon, I was like, oh. So it's Expert Witness, The Weight of Our Testimony When Justice Hangs in the Balance by Anne Burgess and Stephen Matthew Constantine. Anne Burgess can do no wrong. And I'm so excited because this just came out. So I'm super excited about that. I got Paul Hull's book. There was several different books by Paul Hull. I picked the one that is Unmasked. My Life Solving America's Cold Cases. So I'm really excited about that. I actually don't own any Paul Hull's books. So how that happened, I don't know. But I'm pretty sure after I read this, a bunch of his other books will be in my Amazon cart. But that's the one I picked. This book, oh my God, this one is so heavy. And this is relatively new too. And it was on my list of books that I wanted. When I saw it at CrimeCon, I was like, all right, done. It is Caroline Fraser's Murder Lane. What is so funny?
Oh, that's funny. James gets the comment of the night.
He signed it. Danny quit following me around. That is not what Zach wrote in the book, but James Watson.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah, so this one is Murder Lane, Crime and Bloodlust in the Time of Serial Killers.
Oh, man.
So I'm excited for that. Another recent book that I saw is What Happened to Ellen. So for the Ellen Greenberg, An American Misjustice. And this is by Nancy Grace. And as well, because a lot of us have been following the Ellen Greenberg case. So really excited to check that out. And then the last book I got was on the last day. Was the Donna Gentile story, The Life and Murder of an Innocent Runaway by Anita DiFrancesco. So I did meet Anita. She was there with these books. So yeah, and she did sign it for me as well. And I'm not familiar. This book is about her cousin. So I was not familiar with the case, so I'm really looking forward to reading that to learn more about this. So those are the book. Liz, I want to read that. Which one? All of them? Oh my God, Liz, I realized usually I send like a picture to Liz of all the books that I got. And I'm just like, just tell me which ones you want to borrow. And I didn't do that this time. Oh man. Sorry, Liz. Yeah, let me know which ones you want to borrow. So those are the books. And I'm going to give some shout outs and then we'll show pictures. So shout out to the CrimeCon staff. I know we already said it earlier, but Chewy, shout out to Chewy. Amazing. So I, of course, have to shout out Maggie again, who was just 2 booths over, but because one of the booths didn't show up and she was the next one there. So amazing being next to Maggie. She was absolutely amazing. And it was so cool to hang out with her and talk with her. And I just want to know her secret because she put Beckham to work. And I want to know what she did to do that so that I can do that too.
Oh, God.
Murderland. Okay. Hey, Wolf.
What's up, Wolf?
So also shout out to Andrew and Matt from the Somebody Knows Something podcast. These guys were at the True Crime Podcast Festival in July, and they came to CrimeCon as well. So it was really, really cool to see them there. When I saw them walking around, I was just like, oh my God, the guys. So that was really cool to see them again. And I have a picture with them that I'll show for that. But shout out to, I wanted to give the biggest shout out ever to my group of girls. If you guys have seen the pictures that I posted, you'll see several group photos, and I'll show y'all tonight. There's a bunch of us that got the same sweater made, and then on the back was each of our show logos, and we were like, all right, we got to wear them at the same time and get some pictures. And honestly, love all of these women, all of these content creators. I will let you know when I say their name, their podcast. So everybody check it out. Like, check out their stuff. They are all doing amazing, amazing work. And what's so cool is we all do true crime, but everybody does it in such a different way or focuses on such a different thing that it's just, yeah, it was just so awesome to be able to hang out with such amazing, talented women. So shout out to Jules and Jen from Fire Eyes Media LLC, which again, my earrings. Kylie from Prime Time Crime, Christina from Crime Covered by Chris, Stephanie from Wicked Ever After, Rachel and Heather from Like Mother Like Murder, Courtney from Forensic Tales in the Find My Killer podcast, and then Kadra, Perplexity, a mystery podcast. So shout out to all of them. And Beckham you got to meet most of them, right?
Yeah,
a lot of times they were
great
coming
group
around.
of great teamwork, a great group of girls. Like I said, I met lots of people. It was good. It was a great time.
Translation, Beckham's like, I met so many of my fans. I can't pinpoint who was who. That's what that is.
Some of that, yeah. Some of it I couldn't. Yeah, I got some new fans. Apparently, we'll see. Lots of Beckham stickers will be all over the wall, all over the United States, being put out. It'll be great.
Yeah, so Liz, when she went to the True Crime Podcast Festival in July, because it was here, she got to, a lot of these girls were there. So Liz got to meet them, which was really cool because she knew exactly who I was hanging out with. And same girls going to Vegas. So I texted Liz and I was like, you gotta come. A few other podcast friends that I just want to shout out because it was just so cool to be able to see them in person and whatnot. Cheryl McCullum, Zone 7 podcast. Love Cheryl. She gave me this when I was there. Beckham, I think I showed you. This is like the camera's not doing it. And this thing weighs a decent amount.
What is it? No, you didn't show me. What is that?
So she gave me this, I'm blanking the word, but medallion, I think is the word. But because I was on one of her show episodes, she gave me this nice. And said, because I'm in her Zone 7. And
oh, cool. Yeah.
I love Cheryl McCullum. Love Cheryl McCullum. So shout out. It was really good to see Cheryl again. And oh my God, I was so grateful for this. From the Once Upon a Crime podcast, friends Esther and Lorena. Loved seeing them again. I haven't seen them since last CrimeCon, even though it's like I messaged with them. So seeing them, it feels like it's one of those I feel like I just saw you, but it was just because just being in contact with them. They're amazing. Love them both. Again, Once Upon a Crime. It's like a giant challenge coin. That's a good way to put it. Liz, it's not a weapon. Hey, Tony Stewart.
What's up, Tony?
Better Beckham stickers everywhere than Beckham t-shirts. James, I think that's the best comment of the night. Shout out to it again. Beckham mentioned him earlier in the episode, but Travis Myers, the Another Nobody podcast. Travis is a pro at this, and he had a good spot too, where his booth was.
Yeah. He had a good one. He had like a, he had on the other. He was on the other side. He had like the corner lot, like you would say the corner lot, you know. So where people are walking by and turning, he's right there. So, you know what I mean?
Yeah. And I just shared it yesterday, but Travis just put out his CrimeCon recap video. So yeah, go over to his and check his out. And I am in it. So thank you, Travis, for the little moments. You know who I didn't see in there though was Beckham.
No, I didn't make the Travis show.
You did not.
Did not make the Travis show.
You did not.
It was my first time to meet Travis, and he's he's a really cool dude, great guy,
he's awesome,
very engaging. He'll talk, and he's a talker too. Every time I was like, look, there's Travis. You had a group of fans probably and talking to him. So yeah, good guy.
Yeah, Travis. Yeah, he has a lot there. He has his book series. He has his show merch, and there was so many. Yeah, he always had people at his booth. I'd go to sneak over, and I'm like,
you would. Yeah. You were always
go back later. Of course, Aaron and Justin from Generation Y. It was really great to see them. They were my buddies at the True Crime Podcast Festival in July because their booth was right next to mine. So to be able to see them again, just like a month and a half later was really cool. Love them. Brandon Hall from Music City 911. It was great to see him. I was not able to go to his panel this year. Usually I do go to it every year about kind of what's it like being a 911 operator, because that's what he does for his profession. And it's never a lack of business with that. But I did see him at a few points walking around. So I made it a point to say hi. It was great seeing him as always. Stephanie Tinsley. So shout out to Stephanie. So everything they missed. She was awesome at CrimeCon. Her and her husband walking around, promoting it and getting that out there. Her podcast just came out. It's already up there in the charts. So amazing. Love that. So yeah, shout out to Stephanie Tinsley. I love that. I love seeing people succeed like that. And then last, S. Monique Smith. I saw her at CrimeCon last year, or was it Orlando? Oh my God, they're like all a blur right now. I want to say it was Orlando. Yeah, I have a picture with her from Orlando because I went to her presentation that she did there. But she was walking around CrimeCon, and oh my God, I'm obsessed with her sense of fashion, like obsessed. It's so cool. But she was there too, and I knew she was coming. She did messaged me on Instagram or whatnot, or commented on my Instagram that she was going to be there, and it was really cool to be able to see her as well this year. And then of course Dave McNeil, again, he did that Boston Marathon Bombers presentation, kind of the final hours of capturing the brothers. So again, to be able to kind of chat with him throughout as the convention went on, and I'd see him walking around and we'd start chatting again, and meeting him was like so amazing. Like I had amazing conversations with him. And I do have the note here because if I don't bring it up, then Beckham will. So Beckham, I was a doll and got you not just one coffee, not just two, not just three. I got Beckham 4 coffees.
Was it that many? I thought it was more like 6 to 7, but
no. You know what?
I'm just playing.
I got him 4.
No.
I think I'm tapped out for the next 25 years. I think we're good now. I think we're good.
Yeah, no.
Oh God. Yeah, I was just like, oh, we're gonna talk about that because
But
yeah.
no, but I just want to say really a quick thank you to you reminded me. I wanted to kind of give her Shelly. I got to got to spend time with her. So real quick, the in law enforcement you get these mission coins, right? You've seen them. I've shown you a couple, right? And I've always been I've been a fan of the Beverly Hills Police Department since I was a little kid with Beverly Hills Cop and Eddie Murphy's movie. So she actually gave me an actual chief of police, Beverly Hills Police Department mission coin or coin. It was really cool. I don't know if you're gonna be able to see it or not, but right there you're with the actual badge on it. It's really really
Mm-hmm.
cool. It means a lot to me because
It's a
these are
little
not,
tilt it down a little bit.
you just can't get these. So yeah, there you go. It's got the Beverly Hills Police Department badge. It's got the chief of police that she retired chief of police that she knows, um, Dominic Rivetti. So maybe one of these days I'll get to meet him and have that conversation with him about law enforcement crime, and I'm pretty sure it's going to be an interesting conversation. So again, thank you, Shelly, for this mission coin. It means a lot because that's one of my favorite police departments since I was a little kid. So thank you. Did you freeze? I don't know if I'm here or can you guys hear me? Yes, Axel Foley is the man. Oh, Danny dropped. I don't know if I'm here. Can you guys hear me? I don't know. I'm gonna have to. I don't know if she can come back. Welcome to the Beckham Show. Now, let me tell you what really happened at the CrimeCon since Danny's not here. Oh, man. Thank you, guys. I am here. I don't even know if Danny's going to be able to come back because she's the one that has the link to it.
Sorry, folks.
Oh, there you
Wi-Fi.
are. Okay, there. Jeez.
Sorry about
I was
that.
about to tell him what really happened in CrimeCon. I'm just playing.
Oh, please. Sorry about that, folks.
Okay, so
Yeah,
you're able to come. You're able to come back into it. I wasn't sure if I was, if the link was still.
yeah, that's exactly what it was, Tony Stewart. Yeah. No, that was, I saw the Wi-Fi thing going down. I was like, no.
Yeah, but anyway, just real quick, thank you, Shell Bell, for the coin. It's really appreciated. And the Beverly Hills Police Department is one of my favorite police departments since I was a little kid. So.
Aw, Beckham. No, that was, yeah, that's really cool. All right, I'm just multitasking here because it booted me off.
Shotgun.
So I have some pictures to show from the convention. Again, if y'all follow, yeah, Tony Stewart probably was. From the convention, if you already follow me on Instagram and Facebook and TikTok, you've seen already a lot of these, but let's show them here. Let's see, is it all right? So this is me with Nick from the True Crime Garage podcast. Big fan of that podcast. It's been around forever. Love that. So yeah, that's me and Nick. Do I have? Is it not going to let me do?
I think you have to hit like the plus thing and then load it, and then it'll. I don't know.
I think it's the way I downloaded it. That's all right. So this is me with Annie Elise. She has Seriously with Annie Elise and 10 to Life. Oh, of course it's not showing. Oh, for Christ's sakes. All right. There we go. So that is me with Annie. Love her. She just came to Boston for her podcast show. So that was really cool to be able to see her again so soon. Yeah, I think it's the way I downloaded the pictures.
I'm
That's
back in the green room while you do this.
all right. So this is let's see, is this one showing? You know, yeah, I tried it a different way, think it'd be easier, and nope, it actually made it more difficult. So this one is me with Cheryl McCollum Mack from the Zone 7 podcast. Again, and that was a picture of her with the medallion that she gave me, which is super. I'm so excited about it. So excited. So that is that one. The next one, I wish there was a way kind of do it as like a
slideshow, you mean?
yeah.
Yeah, I don't.
I
I just
saved
know
it.
that from you have to line. You can line them up with that plus, and then you boom, 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 put them out. But that's the only
Yeah,
way I'm
let
running
me
across.
try one thing, folks. See if I can do it this way. All right, let's see. No. Dang it. That's what I get
Yeah,
for
Tony Stewart. There was a police presence there. Is that what you're asking?
Oh, there was, yeah.
There was police presence walking through CrimeCon. Yes.
So this is me and a lot of the girls where we have our hoodies on, and then in the middle are two girls who actually took a lot of our group photos. We were like, get in the picture with us, just get in the picture with us. But yeah, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 of us with the same hoodie, which was really, really awesome. Starting slideshow. Let's see. No. That's what I get for doing it differently. That's all right. Let's see this one. Oh, it's going to be so hard to keep pulling it up because it bounces me out of this. This one is a bunch of us at the dinner that we did on Friday night. A bunch of us girls with a lot of us are the ones with the podcast sweatshirts. So that's us. And that's Christine right there in the front who took this great photo, which was awesome.
I don't. Oh, on patrol from the Reels channel. No, I think you meant like actual police presence. I'm not sure. Maybe Danny knows what you're relating to, what you're talking about. I don't
The
know.
top related show on Reels. I don't know, Tony Stewart. I don't know. Again, another group photo of us girls, and this is Tabitha from True Crime Housewives. Love that, and oh my God, she's stunning, absolutely stunning, by the way, and so nice. I see her every year at CrimeCon, but yeah, it was really cool to be able to see her as well again this year. So this, you know him, you love him, Travis from the Another Nobody podcast. So that's me and Travis. Yeah, I could tell like based on the outfits what day was what. So that was on Sunday. So that was the very last day. Let's see. This is, oh my gosh, love her. Jules took this photo of me and Beckham. What day is this? I think based on that outfit was Friday. Yeah, but by then
That was Friday because you had that green jacket. Yeah, I think that was
the
Friday.
keychains were gone. There were still pens.
And we moved the Beckham stickers up because they were just going by the low, just by the tropes.
Oh my God. Yep. People couldn't get enough. They couldn't get enough of the Beckham stickers. What can I say? So there's a lot of photos of me and the girls from CrimeCon. Again, so Stephanie, Jules, Kylie, Rachel. So yeah, and Heather, just yeah, all of us. That was on Sunday. Let's see, next one. So this is one of the little photo areas as I pull this up. That was at the kickoff party. The kickoff party that was on Thursday night. That was the camping one. So you can kind of see, yeah, my overalls, my jean overalls, and then yeah, you can't quite see, but I have a little bandana going too. So that was the CrimeCon kickoff camping party. And then this next one is, and you'll be able to see by our outfits, this was a bunch of us who did go to that kickoff party, us in our gear. Yes, some people, like Kylie on the right, she went all out. Like she, oh my God, love her outfit, love her outfit. So some people dressed for it, some people didn't. Everybody just kind of, you know, just went and casually, whatever it was, but it was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun. Next one, just a selfie of me and Jules. So Jules is, again, Fire Eyes Media, and Jules will be on the show soon. So stay tuned for that. Yeah, keep an eye out for her. Jules is absolutely amazing. And yeah, I look forward to be able to share with you guys more about her and what she does for podcasting and for her business. Let's see. So this next one is me and Stephanie from the Wicked Ever After podcast. So this was us on Saturday night when a bunch of us went out to dinner. And that was when I was like, I have not eaten all day. But yeah, that was just me and Stephanie there. Next picture is me with a friend of the show. I just gave him a shout out, Brandon Hall from Music City 911 podcast. So he did his, I think his presentation was on Sunday. Again, I wasn't able to go to it this year. But yeah, he did his presentation and he's always there every year with his booth. Let's see. So this is Rachel and Heather from Like Mother, Like Murder podcast. They have it where they, on their show, they split off. So like one week, Rachel will do it, an episode or a case. The following week, Heather will do it, which is pretty cool. Yeah, interesting setup for that. But yeah, amazing women. And they were there, talking about what they do as well. So this was at the CrimeCon kickoff party. You might recognize this man, Vinny Politan. So always a line to see Vinny. Always a line for everybody to see Vinny. But he's everywhere at all times and makes himself available to like see and chat with everyone, which is amazing. And I told him, I was like, I just saw you a few weeks ago when you were, or maybe was it a month ago at this point or two? I'm like, when you were in Boston for the, that little trial called the Karen Reed trial.
Yeah.
This next photo, you might recognize this man, Chris Hansen, To Catch a Predator. He was at the CrimeCon kickoff party, and there was quite a line of people to see him. I got to see him pretty early on, which was good because I, just a few other people, then got to meet him and get my photo with him. But the line was long. Beckham's just like waiting. He is just waiting for
oh God. You probably made it last, didn't you?
Actually, I don't have this in any particular order, but it's just so funny because I know it. You're just like, ugh.
Here we go again.
You know what? You're such a hater. Such a hater.
Here we go again with the nonsense.
This is me and Lorena from the Once Upon a Crime podcast. I absolutely love Lorena. She's amazing. Pet person as well. So it was really good seeing her. She is like one of those people where I feel like you like talk to her and you just feel like you've been friends for like 20 years. Yeah, I love her. So Matt Johnson from Court TV. So he was, also here for the Karen Reed trial. So it was really good to be able to see him again. And this was us at the CrimeCon kickoff party. Let's see. And if my Wi-Fi gets a little shoddy again, my apologies, folks. So this next one, again, another CrimeCon kickoff party photo, me and Cheryl McCullum from the Zone 7 podcast. It's funny. I thought I was oh, this is an easier way to put the photos on the desktop, and I can't do them like a slideshow. Oh, sorry, folks. So this was one of the photos. I did a selfie at the booth. So this was the last day. Okay, for context, you can see right here, that's the lawn crime booth. So like Beckham was saying, like they were right there, literally right there. And then that's Maggie right there, one over from us. So yeah, I got a good view of Jesse Weber the whole time. So as did Beckham. So this man, so I see him every single year at CrimeCon, Scott Duffy. So he is retired FBI. I have his exact position actually, because I totally forgot it. So I looked it up and I was like, oh shoot. Scott Duffy, FBI Supervisory Special Agent, and then co-director of Criminal Justice Institute at Wilmington University. Super nice guy. So I'd love seeing him again. I see him each year, but this was actually the first year I was able to kind of chat with him a bit more than I usually at the other crime cons. It's just kind of in passing. But yeah, I was actually able to talk to him a bit this year, which was pretty cool. Let's see. All right, folks. Beckham's been waiting. So yeah, this is me and Beckham at the booth. Nice little selfie moment. Beckham, what were you thinking in that moment? So many fans, so little time?
No, I think you were like, make sure you memorize this thing. You're going to keep saying it for the next 10 hours. And I was like, sure will.
Which means, no, you didn't. Just kidding. So this is next photo, Mike Morford. So, oh my gosh, he does a lot of podcasts. So he has Abjack Entertainment. I listen to him on criminology. That's kind of the main one that I've listened to, but I'm actually re-listening to, let me pull it up. Again, he has so many great podcasts. He does a series strictly on the Zodiac. That one's really good as well. And then he also has The Murder in My Family. That's a really good podcast as well. But I mostly listen to him for criminology. OG podcast. Love that podcast. So, all right, Beckham. So this is one of the many photos I have with, Jesse Weber.
Yeah.
Look at that style. So put together. So handsome.
Oh boy. I wonder what's her name is still here?
Renee,
you still here?
You know what? Don't be a hater. But
Thanks for the forward. That's kind of what I was thinking. I don't even think my coffee had hit yet when she took that picture.
Oh gosh. I will say, and Beckham, you can give it to, he chatted with everyone every day. So people wanted to see him, and Renee's like, yep, I'm here.
There you go, Renee.
He's so handsome.
He's all about his hair. You're right, Renee.
And speaking of somebody all about their hair, another nice booth selfie of me and Beckham. Yep, and you can see those.
I don't think had we started yet. or was that like a break session? I don't know. We're sitting down. But
That outfit, I wore that Friday. I think there was at one point when there was like a break of like, all right, there's a few.
yeah, there was a couple of times where there was a break, right? Because I think people were hitting those discussions.
Yeah, a lot of panels. So yeah, there would be an in between panels. That's when like all of a sudden
That's
there'd
when
be
we
a
get
bunch
flooded.
of people.
Yeah, we would get flooded with people walking through.
So this is Dave Mack. So if you listen to any court TV podcast, he's on Nancy Grace's. He's also mostly on Body Bags with Joseph Scott Morgan. Love Dave Mack. So it's always good to see. I see him every year at CrimeCon and always make it a point to talk to him when free time allows. And he's amazing, amazing, amazing. So this next photo. So Matt Murphy. So I actually have his book. I bought it at last year's CrimeCon, and I just recently finished reading it. I'll be doing a book review on that. It's such a good book. So that was us at the CrimeCon kickoff party. He is so nice, so nice. This is my girl, Kylie. So Kylie was in the chat a little earlier. Again, she will be on her podcast putting out her CrimeCon recap. It'll be coming out Thursday. So check that out. But love Kylie. Let's see. So this is Matt and Andrew. I mentioned them earlier. So they are from the Somebody Knows Something podcast, and they were the ones that I got to meet at the True Crime Podcast Festival in July here in Massachusetts. And then, they were at CrimeCon. So it was really, really good to see these guys again. They are amazing, amazing people. Yeah, and they were speakers at CrimeCon this year too. So the only one that wasn't here that was at the True Crime Podcast Festival was Chris. But yeah, Matt and Andrew were both here. Let's see. Yeah, a lot of these photos are similar. So since I have to open, okay. So this next one is Gibby from the True Crime All the Time and True Crime All the Time Unsolved podcast. So there's Mike and Gibby. Mike wasn't able to attend, unfortunately. So Gibby was here holding it down for the booth. Not gonna lie, I'm kind of team Gibby anyway, but that's okay. So Beckham, you remember, so that is Gibby. You remember when he came over because he sent his girlfriend to.
Oh yeah, man. Yeah, his girlfriend and his son were pretty cool. We talked to them for a while. Mm-hmm. A nice group of people.
So yeah, she came over and was just like, "Oh, Gibby said you wanted to talk to me or something." And I was like,
"You didn't know who she was?"
And we
didn't know who she. Did you know who she was at all, or just?
Did I meet her before that? I can't remember. It's all a blur. But I did talk to her for quite a while. I just can't remember. I think it was like later that evening. I honestly can't remember at this point. But yeah, Gibby sent her over to my booth like, "Oh yeah, she wants to talk to you." And I was like, "No." And then we were so confused, like, what the heck? And then the next morning he came over and he was just like, wrong booth. Sorry about that. Yeah, he meant to send her to a booth in the opposite direction to somebody whose name was totally different than mine. So I'm like, how'd you even get that confused, Gibby? It was funny. It was the funniest thing. This next photo is of Christine. Again, one of my podcast girlfriends. I mean, stunning. And then look at those cowboy boots. Yeah, she's gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. So it was really great to be able to, because I hadn't met her in person and was able to meet her at this CrimeCon. So that was really cool. Let's see what else. Oh, this is a bit of a girl group selfie, and we got Maggie in on it. Maggie
nice.
From the Brittany she's there advocating for her daughter, Brittany Phillips. Again, we will have Maggie on the show soon, so yeah, stay tuned for that. But yeah, that was a really nice group photo of us with Maggie. Oh my God, I can't say enough good things about Maggie. Absolutely love her. So this is another photo of me and Beckham. I think Jules took this. This is Friday at CrimeCon. Me and you kind of holding down the booth at the beginning. Yeah, I think I see like a few keychains left in the back, but yeah, those went fast, like super, super fast. All right, this photo, I don't know what Beckham's doing in it, but yeah, there's that.
I was excited to give my stickers away.
I think that should be your new avatar photo. I'm not going to lie. Not going to lie. Let's see a few more to show. So this another photo with Vinny Politan again. So he was doing actually a lot of lives on YouTube. You would see him. I don't know if you noticed him, Beckham, just because there was a lot of people at some points, but he would walk around with his phone and he was just like showing everything live as CrimeCon was unfolding, which is pretty cool.
Oh yeah, that guy. He's one of the ones he's one of those famous guys that you see on TV.
One of those famous guys, just like Jesse Weber, huh?
Yeah.
So this is me with Monique. Again, she was there as well. I'm obsessed with her fashion. I am just obsessed with her sense of fashion. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. So it's really cool to see her there. Yep, with that one. So this is with Morph from Criminology, and then Gibby from True Crime All the Time. So their booths are right next to each other because they both have the same co-host, Mike, who was not able to be there this year at CrimeCon, which was so sad. So Mike Ferguson, I should say. Beckham, another great photo here, huh?
Oh God.
I'll just leave that up for the next 20 minutes. I'm just kidding.
Jesus.
Gotta love Jesse Weber there. So this next photo. So this is Dave McNeil. So he is the gentleman that I talked about who did the presentation on the final hours of the Boston Marathon bombers. So loved being able to speak to him there. So that was him.
Tony, Shelly was working with another booth for a lot of the time. She, like I said, Shelly is a talker and she makes friends everywhere, literally. And she just she joined another group and helped them out and was, helping, talking to people with their booth and handing out like flyers. I'm not sure what all of it she did, but yeah.
Yeah, they at one point, they had said to me what a big help she was at their booth.
Yeah, so she spent a lot of time helping with the advocacy part of it, right? I think it was a wrongly accused advocacy of.
Hey Zach, we gave you a shout out earlier. Talked about meeting you at CrimeCon, or I would say after on CrimeCon, and shout out to hold on. To your book, yeah. And I mentioned that I was just like, I didn't quite realize it at the time when we all met up that I knew my energy level was going down. In hindsight, I look back, I'm like, oh my gosh, my body was just crashing hard. I definitely was not my normal crazy energized self. Looking back, I was just like, oh my God, I feel so bad. So sorry about that, Zach. I think it was just one of those the convention's over. Then my body was just like, all right, we're just going to crash fully. So this next one, oh, what did I do? Okay. This is Aaron and Justin from Generation Y podcast. I mentioned them earlier. This was at the CrimeCon kickoff party. So absolutely love both of them. Aaron was recently on the show a few weeks ago. So that was great to be able to see him. So this is a group photo of a bunch of us, again, CrimeCon girls. I can't even talk. Again, we all have the same sweatshirt. Super cute. So I have a photo, and I'll show you guys where it has the back, and it has all of our podcast logos that we got made. I'll show that in a moment. This next one, though, this is a bunch of us girls, and with Andrew and Matthew from the Somebody Knows Something podcast. So a lot of us were at the July True Crime Podcast Festival. So it's really good to be able to get another group photo. This is, so I mentioned I got one of his books at CrimeCon this year, Paul Holes. So big line of people to meet him. He is, a lot of, it was just so funny how many, he's an attractive guy, to give credit where credit is due, but you could tell like so many girls were just like, yeah, Paul Holes. That was the way I was though with Jesse Weber, to be fair. But yeah, super nice guy, Paul Holes. So that was cool to be able to meet him. This is just a photo of me and Maggie. Love Maggie. So I was actually just messaging with her before I went live. So she will be on the show soon. So tune in for that, and she'll, talk about herself, and then her daughter's case, which is still unsolved. Let's see. So this next one. So I mentioned the Once Upon a Crime podcast. So this is Esther and Lorena. So Esther is the host. Lorena, I believe, oh my God, I'm totally blanking her title right now. I've been able to listen to it every single week. Producer. So yeah, and they had a little kind of like interactive game at their booth. But yeah, love Esther and Lorena. I officially met them last year at CrimeCon. I connected with them both right away. They're amazing women. Absolutely love them. And sadly, Esther got sick too, coming back from CrimeCon. She did a post on Instagram that came back sick. This next photo, Joseph Scott Morgan, body bags with Joseph Scott Morgan. I usually see him a ton at CrimeCon. I only saw him here at the kickoff party, and I think one other time just like walking through. But to be fair, he did a ton of presentations during CrimeCon weekend. So I was really glad I at least got to see him on the kickoff party night, just to be able to say hello and grab a quick photo with him. Love his podcast. Again, that's Body Bags with Joseph Scott Morgan. So this next photo, I will admit, I totally fangirled when I got to meet her. This is Nicole and Jemmy. So, oh my gosh, she was one that did the presentations on celebrity autopsies. I am obsessed with Nicole, and I have been. And this was my first time being able to meet her. And I saw her. I was just walking through. I was like, oh, I totally fangirled. I absolutely love her. I can't say enough. And I'm fangirling right now, and it's totally fine. But I'm obsessed with her tattoos and her everything about her. She can do no wrong in my book. Absolutely no wrong. Let's see what else. So the first day, I think this was like right at the start of the convention. I saw them walking through. So if you guys don't recognize them, they were one of the speakers this year at CrimeCon. I actually was able to meet them. Was it CrimeCon Orlando, going back a few years? But if you don't recognize them, They are part of the family of so the Delphi case. So that is yeah. So as you can see by her shirt right there, Abby and Libby. So they did a presentation there. So that is Libby's family. They're all super amazing advocates, super nice. I wish they didn't have to be there. I wish I didn't have to meet them in that setting. But yeah, so from the Delphi case, just to kind of put a name with a face, but they're so kind. Another photo from the kickoff party night. That is me with Nick from True Crime Garage. Absolutely love him. And I did a book review. He wrote a book on the Delphi case. So I did a book review several months ago. So if you missed that, check that out. And I did tell him that I did do a book review. So I did pass that on. And another photo with Vinny. This was one of those, you see, he has the headphones in his ear. This was one of those moments where he was walking around kind of filming. But of course, like he got stopped for like a million selfies along the way. And again, he would take the time to get a photo with everyone. This is the photo I was talking about earlier. So this is us girls. We had the same sweatshirt, and yeah, this is us where you can try to zoom in a little bit more, where you can see the back. It has like all of our logos, which is super cool that we got that. We all got that made and got to wear one together. Super cool. We're getting towards the end of photos, folks. Again, my apologies that it's not a seamless kind of slideshow. Beckham's just waiting for more photos of
Calm down.
You know what I don't see here, Beckham, as I'm going through it? You with a line of your fans.
Yeah, because they were just too busy talking and taking the stickers.
Well, again, this is me and Matt and Andrew from the Somebody Knows Something podcast. Again, they were speakers this year. Got to see them in July, and yeah, back again in September. Amazing guys. Check out their podcast if you have not listened to it.
Yeah, no, Tony, I didn't have, the weather felt great because coming, it was hot here in Texas. So the weather was great. It was cool it was awesome to get a new, a cooler feel of weather, so as summer's coming towards the end, I didn't have any breathing issues. So I don't think Danny did either. I don't think any of us had any breathing issues.
No breathing issues.
Yeah, people had warned me. A couple people had warned me too about it. And I was like, okay. I actually didn't even think about it.
What is this, Danny, with your popular level going? I hope you don't forget us small people. No, and Tony, how could I forget you? You come into the chat and give me a hard time every single show. So it's kind of hard to forget you when you're giving me a hard time every show. So let's see. This is another photo of me and Justin and Aaron from Generation Y podcast. And a lot of it in the downtime was like really cool to be able to, when I say downtime, meaning like, a couple minutes, let me sneak off and be able to chat with everyone. So this is a photo of me with Dave McNeil. So this was after he did his presentation on the Boston Marathon bombings. And we just zoom out a little bit again. He, like night and day, like look at him in his suit, like so, oh my gosh, so on point. And so professional. And I loved his presentation. I can't say enough good things about it. One of the cool things with CrimeCon is if you go to the CrimeCon YouTube page, yes, they do have a YouTube page. A lot of times they'll upload either like down the road, kind of in between the conventions, like parts of different panels that were there. or sometimes the whole thing. So if you follow that, you might be able to see some of the ones that were done this year at Denver. I'm hoping they do that so I could go back and see some of the panels that I wasn't able to sit in on this year that I was kind of interested to see. All right, we're getting down to the last few. Is there anything else? A lot of them are just similar, so I'm just kind of skipping over. All right, two more. We'll end with these two. So I love me a selfie moment. So me with the CrimeCon sign. And then this, which has become like my new favorite Beckham photo.
Oh God, no! Take that down.
So that is the photos. Again, for a lot of them were similar. So if you want to see all of them, go over to the Danny After Dark Instagram page, Facebook page. I posted a decent amount on the TikTok one, but they're all on the Instagram one. So that is CrimeCon Denver 2025 in a nutshell. Beckham, was there anything I missed?
No, I think we covered it all. Again, it was a great experience for Shelly and I, and you know, it was great coming along and experiencing everything from meeting everybody, seeing things, learning things, seeing the advocacy. It really does hit you when you see it in real time. As far as that goes, it's unfortunate. Lots of sad stories, but again, it kind of propels people into true crime to really help out the community. It's a big community actually. It seems like it's a close community. Um, man, I'm just hey, the tickets are already purchased for Vegas 2026, so I'm looking forward to 2026. It should be a lot of fun. And again, it was a great trip. Met some people, met Zach, like you said, we talked about. Met Travis, and just it was a lot of fun, man. Met Maggie. Looking forward to having Maggie or doing the interview with Maggie here in a few weeks. And then also looking forward to people that I got to interact with some to have you do those interviews, because there's a lot of pretty cool people that are out there that have a lot to give back to the community of true crime, and we'll have some interesting things to share. So looking forward to that. Great success, Danny. It was a great trip.
It was, and I thanked him while I was there by buying him coffee. But yeah, so I will be nice on air, and yeah, thank you, Beckham, for it was really cool for you to, I think, to kind of see you experience CrimeCon through your eyes as somebody who hasn't been there, but also for all of the help at the booth. Oh my gosh, like it was a lot of work for both of us, but a lot of fun, and like you said, meeting a ton of people, and a lot of networking, and just kind of any type of you want to say networking, meaning like with other content creators, but also being able to meet a lot of the families that are people that are into true crime, who are there to kind of see what other podcasts or YouTube channels or different things are out there, so that they can listen and kind of, again, because everybody brings something different. You could have 10 different true crime podcasts or YouTube channels, and they're all very different and cover different things. You're going to get something different from all of them. And it just, with that being said, there's so many different cases that all these content creators that can put out. So to have a lot of these people there that are there for advocating for their loved ones, for justice, for answers, for something.
Oh, there you go. That's a great for justice. There you go. That's a good follow up to the advocacy part of it. Yes.
Yeah, and I will, gladly, give my platform for that. So if people were like, hey, here's information, can you cover this on yours? I'm like, please give me the information. I absolutely will. So I do have all of that I will be doing. Like, obviously, I think, it's one thing for me to tell us, a case, but if some of the times there is, a family member or a friend that or an advocate that's connected with it that are like, yeah, I'll come on and share it, because they know the person, and they know the details, and they can deliver it with way more of a personal touch than I could. So kind of working through scheduling a lot of that. But yeah, there'll be a lot of things to come, in the next several months, kind of coming out of CrimeCon. So, and like I said, sure, Beckham his suitcase is probably already half packed for Vegas, even though it's not till May.
At least in my head it is.
Oh my God, I am not joking when I'm like, we were sitting there and there'd be like those pockets of time where it's like, oh, okay, there's nobody, things are kind of quieted down. We have a moment to kind of, maybe have like a quick bite to eat of like a granola bar, or just have some water, or just kind of chat. And Becca would be like, Vegas. Like, Beckham was all about it.
Hey man, and it's gonna be, it's perfect timing. It's gonna be right when the pools are open. The pools are opening at, May 2026. I think it's the weekend when pools open.
Well then, so,
just letting y'all know.
Yeah, yeah. Are you gonna have Beckham to go to the next CatCon? Oh man, I haven't been to CatCon in years. That's in Pasadena, California. I haven't been to that in years. I feel so out of the loop. Tony Stewart says, Beckham, I hope you and Shelly had Danny pay for the majority of your trip. I bought the drinks every morning. I bought the drinks every morning. And yeah, there was one point Beckham, was at the booth, and he's like, you know what? I could use a coffee. And I did go to the Starbucks at the hotel, and I got
it. You went twice. You went Friday and Saturday. Yeah.
Oh no, you're right. And I didn't even get anything for myself.
It was a pick me up. I needed a pick me up, man.
I went and stood in line.
It was 5 o'clock. Hey man, it was 5 o'clock, and we still had 2 hours to go, and there were 2 hours of like still people just keep coming through. Yes, Danny, you were a doll.
Danny and her YouTube millions. James Watson, the only millions that I got is the jokes coming from Tony Stewart. Joke after millions of that, but millions of dollars from YouTube, no. So yeah, this was a lot of fun, and thank you to CrimeCon for having me be one of the exhibitors this year in Denver. It was, oh my God, I'm still like in awe that I'm like, oh my God, I can't believe I had a booth at CrimeCon. It's such an amazing opportunity, and I'm so grateful for that opportunity. So, all right. I think that kind of sums it up, right, Beckham?
Yeah.
And if you logging off tonight and you're like, oh, gee, what to do now with the rest of my week? Go to Law and Crime and check out Jesse Weber. You will not be disappointed.
God.
You will not be disappointed. Right, Renee? Renee, have my back here. I thought everyone was rich from YouTube. Isn't that why Paul retired? James Watson, that's exactly why Paulcast retired. Thank you for outing that. We were trying to keep it a secret, but that's why. Thank you, Renee. Yes. Always can count on Renee. All right, everybody. Thank you for joining me and Beckham for this CrimeCon recap. Again, we went over a lot of things. So if anybody's watching this is catching it on replay, thank you for sticking it out to the end and listening to this whole recap of CrimeCon. And if anybody has any questions or comments about it, please leave a comment in the video, and I will be more than happy to answer. Again, this was my third CrimeCon. I'll be going again next year, and it's a lot of fun in regards to the the amount of just the amount of things that CrimeCon offers. And when I say fun, meaning there's something for everybody. I really liked, again, the like I love going for the, you know, the different presentations, the panels, the bookstore. That's like, okay, when I say
Oh,
like
yeah.
my fun, that is my like, Beckham can attest. I came back with a big heavy bag of books. So yeah, that's my fun, is in the CrimeCon bookstore. The rest of the time is just, you know, just, yeah, taking in everything. So thank you for joining us tonight. Later in the week will be the True Crime and Chill. There's a lot already happening. Some Karen Reed trial updates that, yeah, we'll talk about that later in the week. Yes, Friday night we'll be back on, now that life is getting back to a little bit more of a schedule. And yeah, we'll see you for that. So good night, everybody. Enjoy the rest of your week. I will see y'all, or we will see y'all Friday for the True Crime and Chill. And remember, until next time, we don't live in darkness. Darkness lives in us. Bye, everyone.